Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jen, and this is the second part of unicorns I posted at the beginning of the month, or just before the beginning of the month, I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just before the beginning of the month, before the whole Smogus thing started. And then, so technically I should post a dragon today, but I'm like, I really don't feel like it, so we'll work on this, which is what I did. And this looks, it's my unicorns that look kind of suspicious, and me just coloring in the unicorn on the right, looking at the screen, so like the dark greenish, bluish kind of color, whatever the hell kind of color you want to think that is. But yeah, and then I just, using Clip Studio again, because that's what I started it with, can't seem to talk, not that that's any different, but hey. So now I am just adding some shading to the inside of his ear, give it a little bit of definition. And this is another thing that I wish I hadn't have actually lined, but I had to just painted without any line work actually, because I think it would have looked maybe not a lot better. I'm okay with the way it looks in the end, but line work in me, and it works okay if I'm like traditional, but for this I'm kind of like I'm just, my style's more without the line work, so that kind of appeals to me more, even though I know it's pretty much like horses for courses and all that stuff. I got that completely wrong, I think, but it doesn't matter. Because people, are apples and oranges and all that stuff, to each their own kind of thing. Some people like line work, and I don't mind it. I don't mind line work in digital. I don't mind line work in traditional. It's just not something I am a huge fan of, probably because my hand's so damn shaky. And it takes me twice as long to do something because I've got to outline it, and I have to, especially digitally, or I have to do it like 10 times before I get some kind of line that's sort of straight. But now I'm just adding some highlights because it needs a highlight, which the light would be the top right looking at the screen, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I made it that, so that's what it ends up being anyway, so I'll say that's what it is. I think I made it when I first did it, that, unless I've completely messed it up and there's no light source, who the hell knows. But just adding some dark to the purple, because I obviously put the colors from the purple unicorn onto the green, blue unicorn, whatever, to kind of make them kind of look similar, so they're a little bit complementary, and so just add darker purples and stuff like that. And yeah, so just kind of in the direction of the hair will be going. That's pretty much what it is. And then add a bit of highlights because it needs it, or it looks too damn flat. And then I start working on the birds. Now, I don't do all 5 birds, don't worry, I'm not going to bore you to death, with me doing all 5 birds, considering they're pretty much very similar, and you're not going to miss anything if I don't show you all 5 birds, really. Because all I'm doing is taking that pink kind of color and a little bit of a darker version of it, and adding some shading, and a bit of black, of course, because I use black, and yeah, I know I shouldn't, blah, 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 but you know what? Don't care. But I use black. Even traditional I use black because it's there. Use it, or Payne's gray at the very least, if that's all I've got. But that's okay, it works just as well, sort of, usually. Depending on what you're using, But with acrylics it works just as well, and so same with the oils, really. So, watercolors, I don't know if I've used Payne's gray actually, so, but hey, I should maybe get some and try it. And now I'm just coloring the blue part of the bird, and then I go to the beak, and it's very simple colors because there's not much to the bird. It's pretty much just like a blob of feathers, like a blob peanut actually, with a slightly bit of a mohawk kind of, I guess, and wings. It actually does look like a peanut actually, now that I think about it, with a bit of hair and eyes. Yeah, I just realized that. Oh well. So yes, these are all 5 birds are done. And then now I'm just adding some foliage, or however the hell you say it, to the branches. And so just different greens and colors and stuff. And see, this is what it's kind of a nice contrast between the line work and the green, like the painterly style kind of thing. But I wish, like I said, I had just done that originally. But hey, live and learn. This is still, I'm at trial and error. I'm still learning what style suits me digitally. You know, it's only been a few years I've been using digital, you know, so I could spend the next 20 plus years or 40 years of my life learning how to do this, you know, so that I get a digital style. I have a traditional style, which is like more like realism or semi-realism, but digital, not so much. But I'll get there eventually. And then I decided to add a bit of dark to the backgrounds, underneath the tree, because it wasn't quite dark enough. It was a bit too light. It needed a bit of darkness, because it was just too, well, just light. So add a bit of dark, and it looks a little better for it. And add a bit of dark behind the roots, so it's got a bit of a base, so it's not just floating. It's this mythical tree just floating in the ether and stuff. And then add a bit of green on top of that, a little light green, just quick kind of wispy strokes, light green. And then I just add various tones of green in different widths. I turn it down every couple of colors or like that, so it's not just all one uniform size, because then that just doesn't look right, because grass is not normally uniform. And then yeah, this is the grass done, and I'm just adding more light grass and stuff like that. And I ended up adding a very quick kind of starburst for green background to it, which kind of works because I like green. But hey, maybe I could have maybe done it like a bluish green maybe, but hey, it's done and I'm happy with it. It's just now I just have to keep practicing and cross my fingers I get better rather than worse. So thank you for watching part 2 of my suspicious looking unicorns, or looking at you like, what the hell are you looking at kind of thing. And the next video might not be up on Wednesday, actually, because I might run out of time, because I have to look into doing research for Ph.D. applications. So if there isn't anything up on Wednesday, there'll definitely be something up on Saturday. So please come back either Wednesday if I get something up, and if not, Saturday.